All right, thanks for tuning in to Leading Forecast, and I'm lead forecaster Joseph Cooper. Let's get on over to the maps here. Right now, we do have some thunderstorms here out across on the satellite here across the northern U.S., out across the Dakotas, as well as eastern Montana. A few more thunderstorms popping up down there, and we also have a system kind of pushing along down through the southern portions of the U.S. as well. But all your major action is out across that area here, and you can see here's your showers and thunderstorms. We do have some showers down here across the Four Corners regions, and then kind of that band of showers and thunderstorms coming all the way from eastern Texas all the way up to the East Coast. And then your main activity is at, like I said, up here where you have some severe thunderstorm warnings, and you can see there's those severe thunderstorm warnings out across western South Dakota and northwestern Nebraska right now. Excessive heat warnings have been dropped across a lot of the nation here. In fact, only the central portion of the nation here is under those excessive heat warnings and watches and advisories as of right now. So that's the good news here is the heat's kind of subsided somewhat across that east, because we were seeing last week this portion of the country was 100 plus degrees, with the higher heat index. So the good news is that's subsided. The severe thunderstorm watch is issued across portions of Montana as well as the western Dakotas, and that's going to continue for the next several hours here as thunderstorms are developing and moving off here. Slight risk is in effect today out across this area. Another slight risk out here across PA, and high pressure system sitting in this area, so that's why we don't have any kind of thunderstorms out across the Midwest developing the day. Getting on over day 2, slight risk. Tomorrow, here's your slight risk coming up. Tomorrow might get interesting. A lot of people watching the area probably really right down in here for tornado activity tomorrow afternoon. Things look pretty good. I know this weekend looked good, but I think tomorrow looks better with the 850 millibar jet stream. I think coming in a lot better from the south and southeast tomorrow. So I think tomorrow will be a better tornado day than we've seen this weekend, which is good because there really weren't any tornadoes this weekend. And then the day 3 outlook, slight risk coming out across this area. Might have to watch out for a tornado threat out across here as we get into the day 3, but I think it'll be minimal. This should be damaging winds and large hail. This is as we get 500 millibar as we get into tomorrow. Here's a trough coming in across the northern U.S., and here's one exiting off the northeast. Here's your big high pressure system still sitting in here and your ridge building in. But the ridge isn't way up here like we saw it, last week, where it was, temperatures in the hundreds all across the United States. It's just ridiculous. And then as we get into Wednesday, high pressure system still out here. And then here comes your trough building in across here. And then the thunderstorms Wednesday get going out across this area. And then as we get into Thursday, and here's your flow again kind of becoming zonal with your high pressure system becoming more dominant. You don't see kind of the troughs like we were seeing, here with the trough here and then the next trough kind of coming in here. There's your zonal flow again. So we start to heat up again once we get towards the end of the week across a lot of the nation here. And that's probably going to consist for a little while. There was some hinting in the forecast models that here the next couple of weeks we could really cool down, but some of the things I'm seeing aren't pointing to that. Getting on over to this is the NAM model. This is we get into tomorrow afternoon. Low pressure center setting up here. Here comes your thunderstorms breaking out down across this area. Again, some of these thunderstorms, I think, across the eastern Dakotas, western Minnesota, could end up being tornadic tomorrow afternoon. We'll have to wait and see, but probably some pretty good supercells up there by the time we get into late tomorrow afternoon. As we get into Wednesday, here comes your thunderstorms again breaking out across this area here. I think your main severe weather is probably going to be that area right there. And then thunderstorms developing across the southeast as well as out here. Again, kind of ridging or developing along that high pressure ridge. Then as we get into Friday, here comes your heat starting to expand back to the northeast. Thunderstorms developing kind of on the outside here. We have thunderstorms developing here and then a few out through here developing again along that ridge. So, really, we're going to continue to see the same pattern we've seen over the past, several days, really several weeks, I guess I should say, of heat building, and then the system comes through and gives a little bit of relief for a few days and then builds back in and it gets hot and humid again and thunderstorms flare up and same pattern. As far as the tropics go, not too much to talk about. We do have this little system coming over Cuba here. Nothing major. It is going to eventually work its way out into the Gulf here, but don't really expect any kind of major formation with this over the next several days. If this would have taken, instead of, it was out here when we talked about it last time, if this would have went, down through here instead of up through here, we might have seen some kind of tropical development. But, right now the tropics are quiet, and they have been quiet for a while, nothing too major. So that's really all we have. Heat's cooled down. We're talking about severe weather, so stay safe out there in the northern plains over the next several days. Have a great week. You can view this on swiftchaseteam.com as well as thedailyforecast.net. Have a great week, everybody.